Hello everybody, it's SuffolkBlue, all the way from merry old England. How the devil are you? I hope you are well. Welcome back to another episode of Minecraft. We're back here. I'll talk about the armor in a second, don't worry. Don't look how cool. Look how cool. I have glasses, and they're like Elton John type glasses, but it looks cool. 3, 4, 5. A little update. I've got a base update for you. I've got a mega build update for you. A Thaumcraft update for you. A Botania update for you. A Tinker's update for you. My goodness, have I been busy. Let's just go and grab some malaberries whilst I talk you through what's been happening in this crazy past week since our last episode. And we're almost ready now to sort of continue that you come with me, build with me experience where I build stuff and you watch and we talk about stuff. So we're almost at this stage where we were at the Attack of the B team. The main thing about this last week has been getting ourselves a bit of a base, some equipment, getting some tinkers sorted out, getting the essentials underway, and prepping up for the mega build base build that we're doing. Let's just get off the ground. There we go. A little munch. Lovely. So let's talk about, well, as we're outside, let's talk about what's changed outside. An awful lot has changed outside, in fact. If you remember last episode, my base, my original base, was about here. And it was outside, and it was just on the cliff edge with a dirt roof. That's all we had. As you can see, if I fly up now, I've expanded the mega build one hexagon further. Okay, so let's talk about the outline because we have made it bigger. This wall, oh, look at that blasted enderman. I've been moving those dirt blocks around. This end wall here, and if you look at the middle, look where my cursor is. All right, so there, that end wall in the middle, and the outside, sorry, and this wall here. That's going to be, that marks the outer wall, and that is the large wall that will encompass the whole of the base. I'm looking at making that probably out of a combination of potentially arcane stone from Thaumcraft and living rock from Botania. Obviously I'm going to need a ton of it, more than a ton, I'm going to need lots of it, but I'll talk about that when we get there. Then from the inner wall of the inner wall of the outer wall, and this part here, so where this gap in the middle here is, this is going to be a courtyard, and it's going to have trees and flowers, and yeah, it's just going to be a nice sort of interior area. And then this wall here, all the way across to this wall here, and the hexagon around it, is going to be the foundation of the tower, probably a 2-story tiered tower that's going to go up probably by about 12 at a time. So the first tower is going to be, the first level will be about here. I'm then going to bring it in a bit and go up again to another 12, and then I should bring it in once further, and then we end up with the tower, and the tower just goes all the way up. I don't know quite how tall it's going to be. It might be as tall as this column. It may even be taller when we put the tower on, the spire on top. And that's what it's going to be, our base. So our base really is going to have this huge amount of hexagon space in the middle, plus the tower, which we can use as well for different things, and underground, so we will have a bottom base. So this is my build for this whole Let's Play series. This isn't going to happen in the course of a week. All the grey, oh, it's night time now, but it's okay. All the grey you can see is where there was a mountain, and I have begun to move and landscape these mountains. And as you can see, I'm trying to make this, I've started here, that part over there is still very square and unnatural, but I've started here, and all of this really is man-made, trying to be natural, so as natural as we can make it, so it looks like it fits in with everything else around, all the way around to here where the base used to be. There was a massive quarry of marble, and which I will also use in this build, of marble and granite and other stuff. This is another mountain. Haven't finished landscaping this yet, because I want this to curve back in here, come back around. Okay, and probably put a pond or some water in there, would be quite nice. The reason for this dark splodge, as I said last time, is the obsidian obelisk that was there. And by using stone, using water, we can get rid of this dark patch as much as we can. Although the courtyard will always have a slight dark area, but I'll put some trees here, and hopefully it will just look like shadow, so it won't be too big. We've obviously got our Malaberry vineyard sort of thing, and I would like to make a vineyard actually, like a little elven like vineyard of Lord of the Rings, that sort of white marble, white stone, domed roof, make a proper looking structure for no reason other than just aesthetics. So the question then happens, what else have we been doing? Well, we've also done our nether portal. I'm going to take you to our nether portal. I want to show you Shall I do? Well, I'll show you where the nether portal is. We won't go through yet. We'll go through in a second. It's just over there on that floaty rock with the water that's jutting out. I always put, you know me, I always put my portals away from my base. I don't want pigmen suddenly turning up in my base. I don't want anything coming through, so I put them miles away. Let's go and talk about my base. Let's show you what we have been doing. As you remember, it was here. Well, I happened one day last week, completely by chance, to walk this way round, and suddenly there was a hole here. So I thought, well, let's put our base inside. So if we come through here, that pit here, by the way, just keeps out mobs. As in the one walkers, like skeletons and zombies, they can't get through there. Endermen can't fit through here, although they could teleport, and spiders obviously aren't going to come through, and little zombies will also come a cropper. But this is, again, sort of man-made to a point. This was actually huge, and it was a two-way tunnel that went off in multiple directions, primarily down this way, down there, and down this way over here. We've blocked that off. We've turned that into a one-man, sort of a one-man cave now. It's not got lots of different pathways off it. And here we go. Welcome to SuffolkBlue's beta base. These are some of the heads, the Enderman heads, the skeletons and zombies that we've killed. I've used an iron door just in case anything gets through. Pressure plate on this side so we can leave. Easy peasy. It can get a bit, if the server gets a bit of a lag, you get that. So it can be a bit dodgy, but really it's okay. This is the antechamber entrance room. Nothing in here yet. Haven't decided what I'm going to do with it. Don't like these torches. Might use glowstone. Central column. We'll come down to this part in a second. We'll go round. Here is SuffolkBlue's bedroom. I've put some carpet down. I thought that would be nice. We have a eucalyptus clock, which is pink, which is rather unfortunate, but I thought it was going to be a white. I don't know why. Eucalyptus has always been pink. Let's have a little sleep and get into the daytime. But this is our sleeping area. This is just where where the bedroom is, and also where we've put the mining book, which takes us to the mining world. We've got our bookshelf over here, and I've got an ender lily. Now, I have to say, I'm not sure, I may have stolen this from Digi, but I think I used some ender lilies that Digi's got, and if you go back to look at his videos, you can see he set them up outside. I did ask him first, and I went along and I took some ender pearls because I needed them for something I was doing for my power source. And I'm pretty sure I got an extra seed, so I've taken it, but I might have to count Digi's and see whether I've taken one of his, because if I have, I'll send it back. What else have we got? These are just empty chests at the moment, nothing going on there, and a clock, which was a bit confusing because it goes around in a 24-hour day. It would have been better if it had day and night on it, but I don't mind. It's a clock with a pendulum. It looks cool, and it tick-tocks, which is nice. So that's our bedroom. Let's go into this room. This took a very long time. We've got Tinker's tools, so we've done ourselves some Tinker's tools just to talk about them. We've got a Manilian, I can never even say it, Maniolan, with a cobalt handle, with writable, or just a tool binding which was made of paper, and essentially all I've used is redstone and my favourite, which is flux. You know me, I love the flux. I love the ability to use a session, to do a whole session with a flux, chuck it in a energy thing at the end, an energy infuser, and it's done. They're all the same. They're all based on the same premise. I've also named them, as I did last time, with a sort of Seahawk football team in mind. So we've got the Shermanator after Richard Sherman. We've got Bam Bam after Cam. We've got Mike Maytock after Mike Mayok. I don't even know. That's nothing to do with the Seahawks. That's just football, but it does make me laugh. For our Mattock, I've got Chop Chop, Jermaine Curse. We've got Wilson Pickett, who is also a singer, but also after Russell Wilson, and Shovel Pass, which again is just a sporting term. So there we go. There's all our Tinker's tools, and they've been very useful for us in helping clear out those mountains, which would have taken age if I was using. I've only got Diamond Axe left. It's the only one of my diamond tools that I've got left. We've then got an induction smelter, which is essentially just on top here. We've only used that once really. We've also got an alloy smelter below that, which is got a better barrel in it, and essentially what I'm doing is I'm making stone for nothing. So what I'll do, I'll show that in a second, but what I'm doing is I grab just cobble, chuck the cobble in there, and it just automatically goes through the system. Redstone furnace is normal, a pulverizer, a magma crucible, a fluid transposer, a Stirling generator, which has got an upgrade in it, the octic capacitor, which actually just takes the speed up by a little bit more, about 5%, I think. But how are we powering all this? Now, in Attack of the B Team, if you remember, I don't know why I did 2 doors there, it's odd. In Attack of the B Team, if you remember, we had steam dynamo power with our lumberyard automatically making charcoal and chucking it in there for power. Couldn't work here, just couldn't get on with it. So instead, I've gone for magma, red hot magma. And these are magmatic dynamos. 3 redstone energy cells. Each of these, incidentally, is full. 20 million ticks, 20, 40, 60 million stored RFs. These are the new sort of enhanced energy conduits rather than the redstone energy cables that we were using. They took a little bit of a while to work out what on earth they were supposed to be used for, but now I know. And there you go, they're all plugged in, powering all our machines, constantly powered, top notch, really powerful. We've got a lava generator. That's not generating lava, that's using lava to generate redstone. I made these in error. I didn't really need these at all. You don't need them. But because I made them, I thought I may as well plug them into the system and use them. They only make 40 Fs. They make 40 RFs per tick. And they store, I mean, they do store nearly 100,000 as well, which is good. So they're a little bit of extra battery, I suppose. Magmatic dynamos, also storing only 40,000 tick. Also full, and I've upgraded these with augmentation. We've got secondary transmission coils, which one's flux, so 4 times the energy produced, and the same on this side, but I haven't put in the save fuel ones because, to be honest, we've got unlimited lava. How have we achieved such things as these? We've used ender tanks, we've used a little bit of ender storage, sorry. And thermal expansion. We've got a tesseract as well. Essentially what this is doing, for those of you that don't know, who either follow, have never played Minecraft or have never seen these used, essentially I'm pumping lava from the nether and I'm automatically transporting it even, from one of, and if I just take, I don't know if I can get down low enough to show you, but, there we go, green, blue, green, that's the signal on top of, and in honour of SuffolkBlue, lime green, blue and lime green. We're pumping it out in the nether. Power is being sent from the redstone reactor core here through the tesseract into the nether, and I'll take you to the other side now and show you that too. But this is our ender tank, which is automatically filling up with lava. Let me do. I'm going to take you across to the ender and show you the other end of this, because it will all become clear. And it's a good chance to show you what I've done in the nether as well. Been so busy, people. We've got nodes. I'll talk to you about our Thaumcraft. We can see them because I'm wearing my goggles. That's why we can see them really clearly. Let's go over here. Thaumcraft, have been busy on that. Done loads of stuff on that for research, getting us back up to pretty much just slightly beyond where we were in our solo Let's Play. Let's head through the nether. Beautiful. I still love that effect. Every time I do it, I still love that effect. Oh, there we go. So this is the nether. This is our portal. I have created a little, I don't know, just a little safety area, safety zone as we come through the door. Okay, so this is the portal to SuffolkBlue Island, and there's my waypoint in here. If we come across here, you can see here we've got an Akari portal. I found Akari's nether portal. Akari is another member of the Viva Vanilla gang. If you haven't already checked out his work, go and do so. Where's the lava? Here it is. So look at this, an enormous ocean of lava, a lake of lava, massive. And what we've done, that's the portal for Akari. If you want to go to Akari's world, there it is. And if you come down here, this is Akari's, okay, this is not mine, and you can see on top of his nether tank, oops, get off the ground, he's using a San Francisco 49er type feel of red, yellow, red, whereas I'm over here with me green, lime green, blue, and lime green. And what we've got, this is the tesseract on the other end. So the tesseract on the other side is sending electricity or energy through to this tesseract, which is going into the endothermic pump here, and that is then pumping from the nether down under the ground lava up into the ender tank, and the ender tank then automatically transmoves it, I'm going to use that word again, transmoves it through the space-time dimensions all the way to our engine room, and that is constant. So the electricity going out is less than the electricity being generated, and therefore we've always got capacity in that sense. Let's go up and under and through. Let's go back over and look at the rest of the base. So this is what we did in the nether. This is all we've done in the nether, really. Haven't done an awful lot. Just put that in place. Did take a bit of a while to get the ender pearls, which is what I was talking about the ender lily for. I needed those to create the resonant ender buckets to make the enderium and to make the tesseracts and all the gubbins. Which is why I think I need to go back and count. I think he only had 8. But we'll see. And if I have taken it by mistake, he will have it back. Don't you worry. Let's go over here. So we're going to go back to the base, and I'm now going to show you our storage, our tinkers, and our Thaumcraft area. and just talk to you through the rest of it. Today, actually, later on today, we're hoping to do the Ender Dragon, I think. So there'll be another Let's Play coming out soon with us all on the server together as we take on the dragon. I haven't made a sword yet. I don't know whether we're allowed to use tinkers for the battle, so I'm being careful what I make at the moment. What was I doing? Yeah, so just to finish that off, that's where the lava's being come in. You can see pipes underneath. There's also pipes behind, which are transporting this lava to various different places because lots of lava is produced. All right, but that is our energy, and it's so effective and efficient. I don't really need to build a full, big old reactor type reactor, nuclear reactor thing. I don't really need one for what I'm doing. This works perfectly well at the moment. Shut the doors. Welcome to our Thaumcraft area. Okay, so this is our research desk, the same research desk we had before. You can see that I've already got all my all the little aspects here that we've been working on. I've got my little cauldron set up. I have put, actually, let's go into bat mode and I'll show you. Even though we can fly, we can't fit up there unless we're a bat. You see, once again, I've put in our very special little chimney that pokes itself out of the mountain nice and discreetly. Nobody can see it. I could put a tree next to it, actually, that would really make it disappear. But that's our chimney in case we produce any tainted gases, so they can get out of the system. There we go. Let's go back to being SuffolkBlue. We've got a new wand. I made a gold-banded greatwood wand because we've got that research. In fact, if I get my book, get the book, you can see that we've, for our pathology, we've started getting some foci. We've got the excavation focus at the moment. I'll talk about foci in the next episode when we, after the Ender Dragon's been killed. I have done the naughty research. I've made a destruction table. Destruction tables, I'm not 100% really sure whether you can put anything on there. Let's put a malloberry. You put a malloberry on, it gets destroyed. And then if it's got a primal aspect, I think, I don't know whether it matters what I put on there. Let's put just one of these, because I think this must have a primal aspect. If it has a primal aspect as its sort of last thing, it will leave it in the bottom there. How can that not have a primal aspect? It is just one thing. Let's grab some cobble. Will that work? But essentially what it's doing is it deconstructs an item down to its least level, and sometimes it produces sort of one. Oops, let's get rid of all of that. It produces one aspect, just one, which is completely pointless, really. I mean, I don't really know why you'd have it. I'm assuming it's if you desperately need that one piece of aspect that you don't have. Maybe redstone, would you work? Yes, so that one has left some aqua, and you click it, and it gained one research for aqua. I mean, I suppose you could automate it, and you could. How the heck you would get the aspects off without clicking on it, though? I don't know. I suppose you would just have to click on it. But that's what it does. So it takes some items and it destructs them down to the lowest possible aspect, and then you take it. But it's very slow, and it's not really very efficient. It just looks good in the corner, I think. We've got a water bucket, an endless affinity water supply just for our crucible. We haven't done any brewing yet, but we will do. This is our case for that. You can see that we've done wands, we've done some artifice. This is what we've done, goggles of revealing, and this allows us to see how much this is left in aspects, which is quite handy. I haven't done the sinister lodestone or the arcane ear yet. We have done some enchanted fabric, and it's from that we've made our thaumaturge's boots, leggings, and robes. This just helps with this discount when we're using thermocraft and casting and stuff. So that's all good. So we haven't done a ton of stuff in there, but we've done a lot. Okay, so we're back up to where we were in a little base, in a secure area where we can do a bit of thermocraft. And as you see, when it rains, it automatically fills up my crucible. Not really. Let's go through here. This is our tinkers and storage. So all of our storage chests are here now. We've got our better barrels, which we're using to store stuff in. We've got our special, more everyday use stuff on this side near our crafting station, so when we make stuff. And also I've got this on the go as well, which essentially is this chest here. So anything I put in here, it's like my crafting chest as I go. It just helps sort of keep everything running smoothly. We've got some loads of chests here. We've got all our metals and diamonds. We've got all our metals and diamonds. All our casting guards. We've got our flint guards that we use to make the casters, and of course we've got what I would call my sort of, throw everything in chest, my wild card chest when I come back from missions or when I come back from a day of digging, our furnaces, and of course our tinkers. We've got a pump. This is always going to be at 4,000. You never have to fill this up. This again is coming from our infinity lava generator, which is pumping lava from the nether, as you just saw, straight into the tinkers, and therefore I never have to fill it up. It's always full, which is pretty good news. There's our dolly that we use to move our better barrels around. But essentially, this is our main crafting area. We've got all the necessary pattern chest, part builder, tool stations, tool forge, all of that. We've got our little armor stand with our ordinary armor on, in case we want to go out, which we'll probably have to use. I haven't enchanted it, but when we go and kill the dragon, I sort of would like to do that as retro as possible. I think that would be pretty cool, to do it old school rather, because with tinkers, honestly, if you hit, we're going to have some rules about this, because if you took tinker stuff or you took overpowered stuff, you would be able to kill that dragon with about 4 shots of a bow. I do need to make some weapons though for this fight, because I haven't got any weapons at all apart from an iron sword, and I don't think that's going to cut it necessarily over in the end. So yes, that's cool. The last thing really to talk to you about is Botania, and I'm not really doing Botania mod. I've made this little, I don't know what you'd call it really. It's sort of a an inner garden, an inner sanctuary, if you like. I've used marble just because it's white and glowstone, because it just looks a bit, I don't know, better. There's no reason this is not a permanent base, so it's just one of those things. I've made a pedal apothecary. Just take a pedal, take some cobblestone slabs and some cobblestones, wrap it together in a certain shape, and there you go. You'll have your pedal apothecary. Then just pop in your petals. In this case, I used the white petals to make, in the middle there, a pure daisy. That pure daisy, if you then place stone or wood around it, will make either living wood or living rock. Now, because I love, look at the colour of this. Look at the colour of living rock. Okay, it is, I think, just a stunning compliment to marble. It is. I just think it looks the biz. It looks different enough from marble. But you can also make that into. Also, I haven't got my pickaxe on me. But you can also make that into bricks and stairs and all the other good stuff. I always want to do that now. I still haven't quite got used to the fact that I have an inside base. I almost want to go outside then. Let's take that off the wall. But you can see, I think it looks brilliant. And I would love to use this quite heavily in the making of the mega build base, the big tower. The Thaumcraft tower, as I'm calling it. Because I think, as part of the central column, I'd like marble really to probably be the inner part. So a lot of the inner part will be marble. But the external wall, I think, would look really good as sort of a part stone, because that's got a gold hue about it. And remember, we're basing this on a thermometer, which is like one of these. So it has that goldy yellow colour. It's not gold, and I'm not going to use gold to make the wall, but it has a colour to it. And I think that's going to be excellent. We can also get mossy brick stones from Livingstone, but we need a lot of it. So I needed to start creating this factory. And I've used Steve's Factory Manager. Now, this is actually technically the first time I've ever used this. Digi has an identical sort of system set up in his world. He has a video on how to make it. I don't necessarily think I'm going to go through a video. If you want one, please put in the comments and I'll talk you through it. But essentially, we're using a flowchart to make this work. And underneath each of these are block gates, and underneath that a cable, inventory cable, sorry. And this is all one system, and all this is saying is that if for any reason these block gates don't have anything on them, put some stone on there. That stone will automatically get changed by the pure daisy. It's the pure daisy that's doing the work, free of charge. And you can see all the white little particles floating around this stone. But the pure daisy then takes its time and creates all of this into living rock. There you go. And then what the next one, these are the block gates just underneath. And then what this inventory manager then says, if you've got any living wood, and actually that living rock, and actually if I click that you'll see that that's really stone. If you've got any living rock on there, take it off and put it in this chest. So that's all it's doing. If the block gate's empty, take stone from here. If the block gates have living stone, take them off here and put it in there. And it's a constant cycle. Constant cycle. Now I never have to fill this up with stone either. Underneath over here, actually if we can have a look, whoops. Underneath we've got our lava pipe coming through. Again, from our infinite lava supply, we have an aqueous accumulator down here, putting water and lava together in an igneous extruder to make stone. And this is all it's doing. It's just making stone. In fact, I can take that off there, and you can see there goes the stone being made, and it stores 64 and then it stops, which is great. So essentially that will constantly and forever make sure that that better barrel here is of 64 stacks of 64, and because of that it'll never run out, and it can just keep on going. All I have to watch out for is when this gets to 64 of 64, empty it out or change the barrel so that we have a new barrel come in, but that's going to take a while to do that. We are going to need many thousands, many thousands of living rock. So this build for the better build is going to be a slow one, but we are already beginning to get the supplies together that we need. And I'm also hoping to do some work with Digi on his blood magic temple, and I think the cost of me helping him do that, although he's been so great on the server already, helping me out, getting me started, but I think I'd ask him if I can have a couple of stacks of living rock that he's got as well, because he's got that factory going for quite some time. But this is Botania, so this is the only part of Botania I really intend to do at the moment, and in the real world, when we get outside, this will actually be on a little, I'd like this to be in the centre of a lake somewhere in our island, like a little area with a sort of Stonehenge type effect going on. But that's all working. That's producing the tools we need to make it. I think that's it, really, in terms of everything that I've been busy building. Okay, I've done a lot just to get us up to the point where really I can begin to have fun in this world and do a lot of stuff. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know what you think. I know, as I say, it's a temporary base. It's not a permanent base. But there we go. We've done all of that. It's hidden away. It's out the way. This is going to be our base. I hope you're excited about the mega build. I am, because I've never built something. Even in Attack of the Beatim, I had plans to build big stuff, but I never got around to it. I was too busy building the little buildings to do all the little bits and bobs. Where on this one, we're going straight into the mega build. We're not even going to build. We've done all the little building in there. We're going to go straight into the mega build. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. It'd be interesting to hear from you. I hope you enjoyed today's video. My voice is already going. It's the first video of the day. It's 10 o'clock. I've got to do some other videos today, and I've got to prepare for the end fight for the dragon, which I think we're fighting later. So lots to do. If you've enjoyed this video, please leave a like. I love to get some feedback from you guys about what you think and things I can improve upon. Always let me know, because I love to hear from that as well. So if you've liked it, please remember to leave a like. Do go and check out, in the description will be a list of all the other players on the V for Variety server. Go and check out their channels if you haven't done so already, and subscribe to their content so you can see the world from their point of view. But until next time, you take care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon.